I really want to pay money to get someone to like do my colors for me, but this is how I avoided this, so. I really wanted to find out like what were my colors. As I went through life, there was definitely colors that I noticed that I felt better in, and which one, and some that I like would look back on pictures and be like, oh my gosh, like that was not, like why did I look so bad? In my opinion, color season analysis is the idea that God made 4 seasons. Each season has its own colors, and those colors are harmonious and beautiful in that season. And there are colors that, like fall colors, don't fit into summer, but both are beautiful. Fall is beautiful because it has fall colors, and summer is beautiful because there are colors in the summer that you can't get in the fall. The theory is you are made with features of one of these seasons, whether it be warmth, cool, depth, light, bright, and so therefore there are colors that, just like the seasons, look best and more harmonious with your natural features than others. I wanted to wear clothes that were colored in a way that was best for my natural beauty, to like, I wanted to bring it out and enhance the beauty that God gave me. I was so confused. I did all of the tests. Actually, the first test that I did, I was like, no way, like this is not my color. However, I think I found my color season. And it all goes back to that first time I took that free test online. And I truly think I am a true spring. I should give a disclaimer that I don't know entirely what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert on this. I could be entirely wrong, but my colors are a true spring. It means very bright, vibrant colors. There's a lot of contrast, a lot of like large prints. Colors that you see in the spring, you know, new flowers, tulips, fresh colors, I would say would be a good way to describe it. I hated the idea of having this be my color season at first because I really gravitated towards more fall colors. Those were the colors that I would tend to wear, at least in my daily life. So the thought of spring colors being the colors that looked best on me, I was like, but I don't want to wear like a bright red or a bright yellow. Like that just doesn't go with my aesthetic. As I went along, I realized this actually it maybe isn't enhancing the natural beauty. I maybe just like it because I just like the idea of these colors, if that makes sense. But I wasn't really paying attention to how those colors made me feel and look. So this has been months in the making. I've been experimenting with different colors, different patterns, and there was 3 questions that really helped me kind of narrow it down. Yeah, so let's just jump in. How do you decorate your home? What colors do you pick? What patterns are you drawn to? And typically, how you decorate your home is the colors that you want to be surrounded by and the colors that are like reflective of your color season. And so when I looked around my home, I was like, I actually really do pick a lot of bright, colorful patterns and floral prints and stuff. That's like what I'm drawn to. However, I know that this could be tricky because a lot of the things that are in style, like it can kind of like, you know, you might be decorating your house like very modern beige, kind of because that's like in trend, like that like organic modern style, but it might not actually be your color seasons. I would suggest looking through what kind of things are you drawn to, and that might give you a little bit of a clue of what your color season is. It made me happy having brighter colors in my home. Also, along with that, I think with sewing, I gravitated towards bright fabrics. I wanted all the colorful, floral, contrasty fabrics. It was actually this specific fabric that I was like, maybe I am a spring. The first dress that I made when we closed on our house that I wore, that was really bright. It was kind of an experimental thing because I was like, this actually, if I am a true spring, these colors would be good on me. And I really feel like in those pictures, I don't know if it's just because I'm extra happy, but I feel like I look like I'm glowing, or like it goes with my features. I kind of like stand out. And that's the second thing, is what colors do people compliment you on most? There were colors that when I wore them, someone was going to compliment like how I looked or like that color on me. It was like this kind of greeny, like green, teal, blue, green, kind of like deeper shirt that I would wear that people would always comment and say that I looked really nice or that it made my eyes look more blue. When I wore that shirt that I made with that fabric, I remember my dad commenting on it like, Molly, where are you going? We were just literally going to Home Depot, but he was like, you look like a supermodel, like where are you going? Where I think if I wore a different color tank top that was just a gray kind of mauve-y color, he wouldn't have thought that at all. It wouldn't have enhance my features so much. I kind of did that as I would wear different things, and those colors I would try and see which season they most aligned with. Most of my colors when I would wear them was the spring colors. Just going back into what a spring is, at least I think this is like what my season is. I have brown hair, my skin is, I guess that's the hardest part for me, but the contrast between my eyes and my hair, my light eyes, dark hair, and my skin that has like more of a warmth to it, it gives spring, it gives contrast. It's giving start of the new season. So like a shirt like this, for example, is good because it's a bright, rich, vibrant green, but it has pattern to it, which is contrast, because it echoes the contrast in my face, if that makes sense. Yeah, isn't that crazy? And so like when I actually, here, wait, I'll show you. I love this shirt. I was wearing this shirt earlier today. Like, let's do a little test here. I feel pretty in this shirt and I still wear it, even though it might not really be in my color season, but it kind of washes me out. The pattern is more smaller and dainty and less contrasty. So it looks cute, you know, it's not like it looks awful, but I feel like you really start to notice my features when you see a little bit brighter and a little bit more of a contrast. Like, anyways, I really wanted to pay money to get someone to like do my colors for me, but this is how I avoided this, so let's keep going. The next question I asked myself was, how do I feel in these colors? I kind of went out of my comfort zone with a lot of different shirts, dresses, and I just went for it to see how I actually felt in comparison to the clothes that I thought I liked better. What I found was when I wore shirts that were more in the spring color season palette, I actually felt confident throughout the day. I felt more at peace with what I was wearing and how I looked. I think that's what, to me, this color season analysis thing is about. Not about, do you only stick to these colors and this is all you have to wear now and you have to follow the rules completely. It has been really helpful in me getting dressed in the morning, picking out clothes to wear, picking out clothes to buy, because I know that the clothes that I pick out that isn't in my color season, I don't wear as much, I don't gravitate towards, I don't feel as beautiful when I wear them, even though I love the shirt. Like, I think it's cute, but it would look better on someone else than on me. It's simplified things a lot for me and helped me focus less on what I'm wearing, because I feel like confident and like it feels like, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm a very like harmonious person. Like, I like things to feel like they go together, and when I am wearing something that feels like it goes with me, I feel at peace and I feel like I can forget about it and move on. Just like do other things. This was the shirt, actually I made this shirt. I wore this for my sister's shower that I hosted at my house, and it was so nice. I felt beautiful throughout the day. I didn't have to worry about what I looked like. I just felt good. Like, I just felt good. I realized that my mom was right. My mom would always tell me that, you know, red looked good on me. I like orange and blues. I actually would wear those colors. If you remember on my Instagram stories, I shared my prom dresses, which were both a bright red and this ombre orange teal color. That makes sense. Like, that makes sense with my spring color season. I just think that it's so interesting that back then kind of knew more what I liked and what I looked good in. And then as I grew up and started to follow trends more, try to fit in or find like an aesthetic and stick to it, I think that kind of messed me up a little bit. Like, it kind of detoured me into wearing different things than what I maybe normally would gravitate towards naturally. Like, I always loved floral things, but in college, or kind of towards the end of college, I was like, no, that's too girly, that's too much, like, it doesn't match anything. That was like the thing. I wanted everything to like match. Like, I was very white walls, you know? And I remember my friend bringing up that I liked flowers and floral things, and I was like, no, I don't anymore. I don't like that. Even though deep down, like, I did, but it didn't match with anything, so I never wanted to wear like floral stuff. I remember just feeling very conflicted. I'll show you an example of some of the shirts that I would have worn not that long ago, really. Actually, one of them I had just bought like last year and never wore because I realized like it made me look washed out. I didn't look good, but there were colors that like in my aesthetic, in my mind, like it went with that. but it wasn't actually doing anything for me. That is how I discovered my color season without having to pay for it. I hope these questions and thoughts helped you, and maybe even just encouraged you to try and figure out and narrow down what season is your season. It really does simplify things. Even if you just find one color that you really like, I think that can change everything for you in terms of feeling and becoming more of the woman that you want to be, because it is such a part of what makes us women feel confident, is feeling like we are shining from the inside out. And so again, as a disclaimer, none of this is a substitute for that confidence on the inside. I feel like in a way, like those times when I was wearing like duller, less saturated colors was a reflection of me on the inside. I didn't feel confident in myself, and I didn't want to show my natural beauty because I didn't feel like I had any, you know? At that time in my life, I wouldn't have been able to step into my spring season, where now I feel like I can embrace it because I feel like I actually have beauty that can be shown and can be loud and bright. I mean, it's still like difficult for me, and I still struggle with that, but yeah, this figuring out my color season has been really healing for me. I'll leave a link for the test that I did, the little like test thing that kind of gives you an estimate of what your color season is, so you can try it. Give it a month, figure out what colors you feel like are making you feel beautiful and feel confident throughout the day, and see what happens. Try colors that you wouldn't have tried before. That is my biggest recommendation. And keep in mind those 3 questions. I think a 4th one, maybe asking people in your life like what colors look good on you, because they might be able to see you in a different way. I still remember like my mom like commenting and complimenting me on different colors that I wore that I was like, I don't get it. And friends doing the same thing. A lot of times that can help kind of narrow down the list. But yeah, I am going to head out, but I can't wait to hear all about your color season. And yeah, I guess that's it.